Before we start this video, the challenge we're about to do is to raise money for North Wales Cancer Treatment Centre and Macmillan Cancer Support and the amazing work they do. So yeah, what we're about to do is for a great cause. From the rugged and rocky mountains of Snowdon and the Glyderau to the beautiful rounded hills of the Carnedd Llewelyn, covering over 30 miles, 3,500 metres of ascent, and a hell of a lot of footsteps. Why don't you join Owen, Hugh, and myself as we attempt the WELSH 3000s. So it begins halfway up Crib Goch now, and then we're going to start the official route, starting in Crib Goch and finishing at Fawr, covering 50 kilometres and nearly 4,000 metres of ascent. We've just done the gnarly section. It's going to get lighter, so we're hoping for a good sunrise on top of Crib Goch. Yeah, really good. How are you finding it?
All good so far.
Yeah,
Interesting climate, Crib Goch so far. Good.
Should be good.
Just about halfway up Crib Goch, and Ellis and Hugh are just climbing up quite a tricky scramble section. Don't know if you can see at this point, but the sun's just starting to come up. Got amazing views and hopefully should have a nice sunrise.
So we've just reached the official summit of Crib Goch in 1 hour 23 minutes, so really good time we've made there. It's the fastest I've been up there, and Owen and Hugh did really well too. So we're going to tackle the second half of the ridge, head down the bulk up to Crib Goch and Ganaf Gain, which is number 2, and then on to Yr. But yeah, the views are incredible. The spirit's quite high at the moment, but I know there's a long way to go and a lot of stuff to do still, so yeah, good start. Summit number 2, Carnedd Llewelyn, sitting at 1,065. It's fairly nondescript as a summit. We're fully in the clag now. You get great views over to Snowdon, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about the views. We need to crack on and head for summit number 3. But yeah, we're making good time.
So we've just done Snowdon on the way down now, on the railway track down to Paris. Going to stock up down there on some bwyd, some drink, and yeah, it's just a shame it's not a bit clearer here really. It's been a bit nice, but I think yeah, at least it's not raining. But yeah, getting on with it. It's going all right so far. Enjoying it.
Just dropping into Paris now via a pretty pretty nondescript route, going through a woodland, dropping over a bridge. It's not been crossed many times, I don't think, but yeah, should be approaching Yr Elen in about half an hour. Making good time, get some water down by the road. Yeah, it's going well. So we're just ascending Yr Elen now. It's really strenuous. This is one of the tougher parts of the 3000s. It's just one way up. It's relentless, really, going up a steep grass slope. But once we get to the top, we've broken the back of the Glyderau, so it should be a bit easier from there on in. I'll just flip you around. Yeah, what do you think of that, Owen?
Pretty tough so far.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty relentless, just doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's madness, isn't it?
Hopefully got about a quarter of the way to go.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, hopefully it'll ease off a little bit on the legs.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So we've just reached the summit of Yr Elen, which is just over, well, 920 metres, and it's tough going. It's just steep from the get-go, but we've done it in 1 hour and 20 minutes, which is a great effort from the lads, and it just gives us a bit more time, maybe for more breaks, and it puts a bit of pressure off us for the rest of the journey. Yeah, it's a big effort that was. So we're going to have a bite to eat in the shelter and head on through Mynydd Pefav, I think that's how you pronounce it, past Crib Goch and then on to Yr Elen, which is our next stint. So yeah, it's currently clag free, clear views one. We've had a clear view on Crib Goch, but the other 3 summits have just been total washout, so I'm hoping we'll get some better views further to come. Just reached Yr Elen, the 5th peak into the long journey. The view's kind of impeded over to the Carnedd Llewelyn, which we're heading to. So, but we've still got views. We see Glyderau as well. So I'm going to class this as clag-free summit views too, because it's still great views. Going to head down the bulk now, and then up to Glyderau and Fach. That ascent from Crib Goch was steeper than I thought, and it took a bit longer. So you've got to take into account that there's certain areas you think you'll do well and kind of smash it, that it takes longer than predicted. So we're kind of taking into account all that. But yeah, all good. We're doing pretty well.
We're at the top of Glyderau now. As you can see, pretty cloudy. It's quite windy up here as well, and got a little bit chilly, but we're making good progress. Everyone's feeling in good spirits. Legs are still full of energy, which is a good sign. So we're having a quick stop now for a bite to eat.
Approaching Glyderau now. I think we've been going for about 7.5 hours. We just took in about 15 miles and nearly 2,500 metres of ascent. Countless steps. But yeah, it's tough going, but it's good. The plateau on the Glyderau is definitely helping us preserve some energy. Not as much steep gradients, which will help us in the not too distant future, as we're nearing the Carnedd Llewelyn. But yeah, the lads are doing well. Just keep on eating, and when you've got chances to take layers off, just take them off within reason. It just means you're not sweating as much, you're not losing as much fluids in your body. So yeah, good. Tryfan will be the next one.
Here we go. We are 16 miles in now, just under 16 miles, and we're on the way back down from Tryfan. A bit disappointed. I was told there was a burger van up there, but there wasn't. So I've got some wet sausage sandwiches in my bag that are getting a bit warm, so looking forward to some salmonella. How are we feeling? I'm not gonna lie. Before Tryfan, I was fine. I was happy. Now I'm a bit grumpy. But yeah, doable. I think it's doable. Tryfan was just a bit bouldery, and yeah, we're doing the video down here because there was too many people up there. It was way too busy. Like people wearing jeans and stuff. It's like, yeah. But no, we're feeling good. Knees are hurting a bit, but I think we'll be alright. And then heading down to the Owen Valley now. And then, I don't know if you can see Ole Wen in the back. That's what we're going up next. And I don't really know how I feel about that yet. Gonna have some spag bol in a minute when we get down to the bottom. Might have a lie down in the river because I'm a bit hot. But no, it's going good. Enjoying it.
So we've just reached the base of Tryfan. We're gonna have a little pit stop here. Owen's made some amazing spag bol, which will definitely help us out for the steep ascent of Ole Wen, and his other half has kindly brought it for us as well. So it's a bit of a lifesaver, and it'll be a big help, especially for the next half of the journey. But yeah, this is an amazing little pit stop. Just reached the wall, which signifies, well, roughly the halfway point up to Ole Wen. The real slog that time. The sun's beating down on us, and after all the distance we've covered and the ascent we've done, it was a bit of a struggle. Yeah, Hugh's had wet sausages, and there's definitely no toilets on the remote mountains of Wales. Good luck with that one. But yeah, it's going to be a tough slog up to Yr Elen, but from there on in, we're hoping we've done the tough yards and it'll ease off slightly. So yeah, incredible views though. That was so difficult, so difficult, but we did it in really good time. We just took minimal breaks. The toughest physical kind of mountain I've been up in terms of me being absolutely knackered, but I feel we're kind of, it's a bit of a landmark, this one. The gradients get more gradual now, and we should be able to really power on through these remote hills of North Wales. But yeah, the B-roll's kind of coming to a minimum, and the quality of the video is probably going to get lower and lower as we get further into it, but I'm still going to document it as best I can. But yeah, the lads are doing really well as well, but onwards, and actually it's onwards and downwards, not upwards. But yeah, good walk. Carnedd Llewelyn is complete. 1,040 metres roughly, give or take, but we've managed to do Yr Elen and the Carnedd Llewelyn in under 2 hours from the bottom of the Owen Valley, which is a monumental effort from the lads. It just means we're making really good progress now, as we're just on the plateau in between the Carnedd. So we're reaching Llewelyn in about half an hour, 45 minutes. But yeah, it's I think we're 20 miles in as well, just in 20 plus miles and over 3,000 meters ascent. So yeah, but considering those stats, we're feeling pretty good and in good spirits. So yeah, looking forward to the next stage. Just made it to the, I've lost count, I don't know, 11, 12 peaks maybe, but at 962 we've reached Yr Elen, and it's a stunning little mountain with the views are incredible over to the Carnedd and Glyderau beyond. And the Carnedd has such a kind of, I've already had it as like a round kind of mounded hills, quite non-distinct, but from here they look incredible. Very dramatic peaks, but yeah, have something to eat here, and then we should be heading for Carnedd Llewelyn, and from there I'm hoping we've kind of nailed the walk, and it should be all downhill from there. But yeah, good going, good going. Carnedd Llewelyn done. 1,060 something meters, I forgot what it is, but it's the highest mountain in the Carnedd range, and it's also a good landmark because every peak we're doing now is lower than this one, which makes sense. It's the second highest mountain in Wales, so it's only Snowdon higher. But yeah, gonna head down. The finishing point shouldn't be too far off now. That was again, it was a tough slog coming up there. Absolutely goosed, as the other two are. Definitely going to be earning a well-earned pint at the end of the walk. Yeah, so can't wait for that pint. In terms of photography, this walk's been quite a big scout because I've come to areas I've not been to before, especially the Carnedd range, and certain views have really impressed me, like the one of Yr Elen. It's got a real distinct shape to it, and I think it'd look amazing with some sunrise light hitting it. So yeah, even though I do a lot of photography, this video's obviously about the hiking, but don't let it deter you from seeing areas and visiting them yourself with your camera, because you'll get some incredible stuff up here. The next peak is Carnedd Llewelyn. I think there's another peak after that, but they're quite featureless, so I'll do a bit of B-roll as we go past them, and I'll report back when we reach the final summit of the 15 peaks. At 4:20 this morning we reached the summit of Crib Goch, and we really pushed on hard from there, going over the Glyderau, the Carnedd Llewelyn, and a lot of up and down, but it's 20 past 6 and we've managed to complete it in 14 hours, which is a good effort, good solid effort from the lads. We've both put in, well, we've all put in a monumental effort, but a lot of appreciation goes to them for a lot of the planning behind this. I've basically come along for the ride, but the important thing is to raise money for North Wales Cancer Treatment Centre and Macmillan Cancer Support. Karen Hall and John Hall sadly passed away through cancer over the past year and a half, and son and daughter Josh and Emily are doing a charity event themselves, so whatever we raise will be going into the donation for what they raise. So in a way, what you donate is our donation to them, and of course we'll be putting money into it as well. I'll be putting a donation in. So yeah, if you'd like to donate, there will be a link in the description below for that. But it's been a great effort, covering some unbelievable mountain peaks. We're going to head back to the car now. We've still got another hour and a half to go, but definitely a pint is calling. So yeah, I'll report back further down or in the pub.
How did we get here? From simple conversation, now inhibitions disappear. 'Cause in the night it seemed a good idea. And I'll be honest, I'm glad that you're here. Oh, 'cause you're running through my veins. 'Cause you're running